Hello and welcome back to the President's Table. My name is Dan Jones, the President of Texas A&M University Commerce. And for our second segment here on our show today, we are going to be talking about preparing students for an interconnected world. That's a commitment that the university has made, and we'll tell you what that means here in just a moment. Then we're going to narrow our focus a little bit and talk about a very exciting film and culture series that's going on in our Spanish language program. My guest for this segment is Dr. Maria Lamarque, who is the Associate Professor of Spanish and also the Director of the Spanish Graduate Program here on campus. So, Dr. Lamarque, welcome.
Thank you very much for having me here.
Thank you for being on the program. Preparing students for an interconnected world is the theme of our QEP, or our Quality Enhancement Plan. Now, you are on the QEP committee, and rather than play alphabet soup with our viewers, can you tell us what the QEP is and how we, as a university, came up with this theme?
Sure. The QEP is a Quality Enhancement Plan, and it is an ongoing plan that started in 2008, and I am on the core committee. And the idea is to enhance and diversify our university in all aspects. And and of course, it's part of the mission of the university to educate a diverse community of students. And the plan was at the beginning to apply for a grant that would sponsor an activity to disseminate culture and cultural exchange. So I applied to this grant, obtained the grant, and I was very lucky. And so Shanda Gibson, the QEP Executive Director, and myself, we have been organizing this activity. And the main focus is to offer students different views, different ideas, different societies, different ways of living in all over Latin America and Spain, and also see history, society. So students are exposed to another ways of culture other than the United States and Texas.
Right.
So the series started actually the QEP week, the last week in February, and it consists of 5 films, and we're showing 1 film each week. We are on our 4th film actually this week. It's on Thursday, and we're showing it at 5:30 at the club. It's a film actually about a girl who practices boxing in Nicaragua. And she's a minority as a woman, and is a minority as a person who actually practices a sport that is only for men.
Considered a men's sport, right?
Yes, especially in Nicaragua, in Latin America.
Yeah, Latin America, as I'm sure viewers know, is many countries anyway, is a very traditional social organization.
Exactly, yes.
And so she is, I guess, a double minority partly because of her gender, and then additionally because of her profession or her avocation.
Exactly, and also she's not very wealthy, so she has to battle also that part of society, being a minority, being in a very marginal part of Nicaragua, actually.
And the films are all in Spanish but have English subtitles, is that correct?
Yes, exactly. All in Spanish, English subtitles. Actually, everybody's invited, and our students and people from the community actually came to our last showing just to practice, to hear Spanish. And so you don't have to speak Spanish, but it's good if you do, so you can practice and listen and be exposed to the language.
Having struggled with Spanish myself, I know that watching a film or a TV show with subtitles is an excellent way to match up what you hear with meaning.
Exactly,
yes.
Because
it's immediate feedback, and I found that very useful. Not that I was ever very successful, but nonetheless. But don't you have some time before the film when people can kind of gather and practice their Spanish?
Yes, we actually have had it for the past 3 showings. We're not having it this Thursday because of the Graduate Expo.
Oh, right.
Yes, I'm going to the Graduate Expo because I'm the director of the Spanish Graduate Program, and I cannot be two places at once. I wish. So I need. Yes, we're not going to have the Debate Papo and the Tertulia, but yes, we usually have the Debate Papo and Tertulia at 4:30 until 5:30 before the film, and Tertulia is Spanish conversation in a just informal way. Our tutors prepare games and little skits for the participants, and then simultaneously I do the Portuguese part, which is Debate Papo. It's just conversation, informal conversation in Portuguese.
Right. Let me ask you a broader question about language study, because language study in the United States in general is kind of languishing. It's hard to get students interested in it. At the same time, it's never been more important. And I think especially in Texas, we have so many Spanish speakers, especially children, that a person who is bilingual in Spanish and English is really going to have an edge in terms of career possibilities. How do you get students engaged and excited about the possibility of learning Spanish and really opening their horizons?
Well, at the undergraduate level, students are interested, most of them because of their careers, some of them because it's a required course, and some of them because of their careers. They want to enhance their knowledge of other cultures. Students in business, for example, it's very important for them to reach out to other Latin American economies, and especially because they also get better positions. They are more attractive to business if they are bilingual, because they can see the world in different ways. Not only speak the language and can communicate, but also it's more like a personal enhancement at the same time.
Well, and that brings to mind a little bit of what our first guest was talking about in terms of celebrating both similarities and differences. And it's the collective mixture really that produces excellence. And I know just my personal experience, having lived in a border community for a number of years, the exposure to a different set of cultural understandings really opened my eyes, not just to the language, but to actually seeing the world in different ways. It's a different set of understandings.
Exactly. My mother used to say that knowing another language is like to have another set of eyes, and it's true. It's true. Every time I open to another language I speak for, and it's another door, another it's learning. I become another person when speaking that language, because I can interact with different people.
We're almost out of time. What are your 4 languages?
Spanish, English, Italian, and Portuguese.
Wow. Well, that's impressive. And we're certainly glad that you brought your talent and expertise to Commerce. So thank you for the program you're putting on. Thank you for your contribution in making this a better university and for enriching the lives of our students.
Thank you very much, Dr. Jones.
We'll be back in a moment for our final segment of the President's Table.